Hello, exceptionals. Good to have you back. Imagine a world where every decision we make as leaders is guided by clarity, precision, and confidence because it's rooted in the power of data. Today, we'll explore how we can lead with data to create that world. Welcome to Excel, the place where the exceptionals come to get better every day. In today's mentoring session, we look into how education leaders and, of course, business leaders can use data to drive success. Leading without data is like driving a car without a dashboard, no speedometer, no fuel gauge, no GPS. You know how dangerous that could be, right? The truth is, instincts are great, but data is better. Because when we lead with data, we don't just guess, we make smart, informed, and impactful decisions. For school principals and heads of schools that play crucial role in shaping student success, teacher performance, and overall school improvement, they must master the art of using data effectively in making informed decisions that drive meaningful change. So I'm going to share a step-by-step guide to leading with data effectively. Number one, establish a data-driven mindset. This is the foundation of everything we are going to talk about here today, because data-driven mindset prioritizes evidence-based decision making over intuition or tradition. It means making informed decisions based on facts, based on the patterns you have discovered over time, and insights rather than assumptions or intuition. It helps leaders in both education and business to drive meaningful improvement, solve problems efficiently, and achieve their goals with precision. So for school leaders, let's say you want to use data to drive student success. The first example I want to share is maybe say you want to improve student performance. A school principal might notice a decline in student performance, and instead of assuming the cause, they will analyze. What are they going to analyze? They will analyze the attendance records to identify if frequent absences, correlate with lower grades. They will analyze assessment scores to try to spot patterns in subjects where students struggle. They will also analyze teacher feedback and classroom engagement data to try to understand participation levels and learning gaps. And when this is done, you can now take a data-driven action. Based on these insights, the principal may decide to implement targeted interventions like extra tutoring, teacher training, and parental engagement strategies. Over time, performance metrics will improve. Another example could be maybe you want to enhance teacher effectiveness. Let's say a school consultant wants to improve teacher quality. What are they going to do? They will collect classroom observation reports, and when they do that, they evaluate instructional methods. They can look at student feedback survey, try to understand engagement and learning experiences. They will also look at professional development participation data. Here, they will try to measure the impact of training programs on the, application of what the teachers are doing in the classroom. And when they do that, they will take data-driven action. The consultant will then provide specialized training where gaps are identified, improving teaching outcomes and student engagement. In essence, the data you will work with will depend on your goal. Whatever you want to achieve, whatever you are looking at, it depends on the data you are going to, it will determine the data you are going to collect for that particular decision. Now, for business executives, you want to drive growth with data. The first example might be maybe say you want to boost sales and customer satisfaction. Let's say a retail executive notices declining sales. Instead of assuming the cause, they will analyze customer purchase trend, trying to identify best-selling and underperforming products. They will analyze marketing analytics, trying to measure campaign effectiveness. They will also look at customer feedback and complaint data, trying to understand the pain points of the customers. And when that is done, they can take data-driven action. With this insight, they will refine marketing strategies, improve product offerings, and enhance customer service, which will definitely lead to higher sales. Or let's say you want to increase employee productivity. As the CEO, you want to improve the workplace efficiency of your team members. You can assess employee work hour logs versus output, where you identify peak productivity periods. You can look at project completion timeline, where you spot workflow bottlenecks. You can also look at employee engagement surveys, trying to understand job satisfaction and motivation. And when that is done, you will take data-driven action by maybe say introducing a flexible work schedule new collaboration tools, and performance-based incentives that will help you boost productivity and morale. So whether in education or business, leaders who embrace a data-driven mindset make better decisions based on facts. They identify problems early and proactively implement targeted solutions. They continuously improve processes for long-term success. So that is the first one. Now the second step is to identify key data points to track. This means that not all data is useful, as you notice in the first example we shared. So we need to focus on actionable and meaningful metrics. So for key data areas, you can look at, especially for for education leaders, you can look at student achievement. And under student achievement, you're looking at test scores, you're looking at assessment and grade trends. For another key data area you might consider might be attendance and engagement, where you look at absenteeism rates, you look at tardiness, you look at participation level. You might also need to consider teacher effectiveness, where you look at classroom observations, you check student feedback, and you also check teacher evaluation. You might decide to look at resource allocation, where you look at budget, staff to student ratio, classroom resources. Or you might decide to look at school climate and culture, where you conduct surveys on student-teacher satisfaction and disciplinary record. Let's say, for example, instead of tracking every student grade in detail, you can focus on trends like whether year 9 math scores are dropping over time. These are ways you can identify key data points to track. And number 3 step is to use data to make strategic decisions. This means that data should guide, not overwhelm you. Building a data culture in a school can be demanding due to all of the data available. Maybe due to difficulties in connecting the data and in analyzing all of them. So let me share a few action steps you can take. Identify patterns and trends before making that big decision. Use predictive analytics to anticipate problems before they escalate. The use of this predictive analytics usually makes data analysis simpler and easier to act upon, and it will help you identify trends and patterns that may not be immediately obvious, allowing you to make more informed decisions about everything from student placement to curriculum development. It is a game changer. And you can also make small data-backed adjustments and measure the impact. For example, let's say a principal notices that students with poor attendance struggle academically. They might decide to create a mentorship program to support at-risk students and measure improvement over time. So this is how you can apply that. Now, the 4th step is to build a data-informed team. This means that we should ensure that all staff members understand and use data effectively. And how are you going to do that? Train teachers on how to interpret and use data performance effectively. Create a leadership team that regularly reviews school-wide data. This is very important because what is not measured is not improved. So you need a leadership team that will be concerned with regular reviews of the school-wide data. And then encourage teachers to share best practice based on data insight. For example, you might be holding monthly data meetings where teachers discuss trends in student progress and brainstorm strategies on how to improve on them. And number 5 step is to communicate data clearly and effectively. Data is only useful if stakeholders understand it. So you need to make it as simple as it can be using visuals and charts. So how are you going to do this? Simplify data into visual reports, maybe charts or infographics or dashboards. You can share relevant data with teachers, with students and parents. Or you can use storytelling to make data more relatable. For example, instead of overwhelming teachers with spreadsheets, show a simple graph that highlights improvement in student reading score. Just an example. So you can also apply this in whatever you want to, project the data of. So the 6th one is to invest in the right data tools. Technology can help you organize, analyze, and visualize data effectively. So investing in these tools and familiarizing ourselves with them will be a game changer in our leadership as far as making effective decision is concerned. So some useful tools for school principals that you might need to consider is things like Google Sheets or Excel for tracking and analyzing data. You can also consider Google Data Studio or Tableau for creating visual dashboards. You might also decide to consider Student Information System for attendance, grades, and behavior tracking. Or you might decide to consider survey tools like Google Forms, Qualtrics, SurveyMonkey to collect data, student and teacher feedback. These are very, very useful tools you might need to consider. For example, a principal uses Google Data Studio to create an interactive dashboard that tracks key performance indicators in real time. These are the things you can maybe look up online and see how you can actually apply it based on the need of your school. And number 7, monitor, adjust, and improve. Data-driven leadership is an ongoing process. It's not a one-off stuff. So analyze, adjust, and refine strategies as occasion demands. How are you going to do this? Set clear goals and regularly check progress of those goals. Be flexible. If a strategy isn't working, use data to pivot it, and celebrate small wins to keep momentum going. For example, a school sets a goal to improve attendance by 10%. If one strategy, let's say morning check-ins, isn't working, then analyze the data and try a new approach, maybe say peer mentorship, to see how you can really achieve your goal. So as we wrap up our mentoring session today, I want to emphasize that principals who embrace data-driven leadership don't just react to problems. They anticipate them, they act proactively, and they create a culture of continuous improvement. So what's your key takeaway here today? Data is not just about accountability, it's about empowerment. By leveraging data effectively, school leaders can drive real change and improve outcomes for every student and teacher and for the overall benefit and growth of the school. And that's our package on today's mentoring session. If you are up for the challenge of leading with a data-driven mindset, write in the comment section data, and please give us a thumbs up if you got value from this video, and subscribe to our channel for more valuable content. Check out this next video we recommend you watch next. Until we see you again in our next video, stay blessed.